Yes
Are
or
you
no?
willing to
Support
yes
our
or no?
veterans organizations that will help our veterans
Yes
get
or no?
every
Did you
damn
get an
thing
audit?
that they
Do you
deserve
not know what
because
this
they...
How many genders are there? Tough one.
Senator, there are 2 genders.
I know that well. I'm a she-he, so I'm on board.
My dad is white. And I can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do.
Sorry, I'm gonna cry because
I can't do anything about that.
Wait, why are we sad that the dad's skin is white? He literally has no control over skin color.
I hate that you had to go through that.
Thank you.
As somebody of white experience,
Thank you.
I know how bad it can be.
Thank you.
I'm so confused. Why does this have to do with the dad's skin color? There are bad parents with a bunch of different skin colors. Like, I'm actually so confused.
But my mom is full on Asian. Like full.
Thank you. That's beautiful.
So
What's beautiful? What? Does anyone else feel like these people are speaking a different language?
When my dad died, I cheered because I said that's one less white man.
yeah.
That's how progressive I am.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I like talk about ally.
I said get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Gonna stop woke it.
Studies show that 97% of scientists agree with whoever is funding them.
Voting for our freedoms, we're not going back. Control of our own bodies, we're not going back. Just like a tree that's planted by the water, we're not going back.
According to liberal TikTok, Donald Trump has been in office for 2 months now, and he still hasn't taken away any of our rights. Could he hurry up and get on with this? Because I'm out here doing all this that a man should be doing. I want to go back into the kitchen. Gosh, this is taking forever.
Yeah, when is Trump going to continue on with his crazy agenda? He's been in office for 2 months, if you haven't noticed, even though inauguration is in a few days on January 20th, so buckle up. Welcome back to another episode of Libs of TikTok. If you're new to this channel, just take a really quick moment, head on down, click that subscribe button, click that notification bell, so you get notified the second that we're about to upload, or we upload a brand new video, like the one that you're watching right now.
Be hard for the pro-trans crowd to understand, but when a 5-year-old says they're a pirate, you don't chop their leg off.
Wait, so let me get this straight. First, Trump wins the election in a landslide, then all 3 branches of government turn back red, and now the liberals are swearing off reproducing with each other? I don't see how this election season could have turned out any better for us.
The study's coming out saying that liberal women are the unhappiest group of people. Duh. I could have told you that. They're miserable. They blame everyone else on their problems. They take no accountability in their lives. They don't understand the way the world works, and they have this victim mentality. I didn't need a study to tell you that.
Man, wouldn't it be funny if at the inauguration, Trump's about to get inaugurated and then police come out with Kamala and like slap handcuffs on him. And then Kamala says, maybe next time he'll think before he cheats. Hit it, Carrie!
I just want to point something out for all of the Trump voters out there. Republicans have now controlled Congress, both the House and the Senate, for almost 2 weeks. And they haven't introduced any bills on lowering inflation or lowering gas prices or lowering the price of eggs. You know, all the stuff that they told you that they would do, and us Democrats were warning you that they couldn't do and that they won't do it. But don't worry, fear not. Republicans have already proposed bills on other things, like men in sports and bathrooms and things like that. You know, things that don't impact your day-to-day life at all. So good job. I'm so glad that these people are in power.
Trump derangement syndrome runs really heavy in that one right there. If you've not watched Harry on TikTok, you'll see a lot of derangement like that. You do know Trump's not in office yet. Congress is convened, but they don't got the leader there to pass those bills and get things moved through that they want to do. So maybe your derangements get a little ahead of yourself there, sir. Guys, we have inauguration starting. Donald Trump is going to be our president here on January 20th. It's going to be glorious. Buckle up. Liberal tears coming.
Okay, so the Democrat and the Republican are on an iceberg and a polar bear swimming towards them, and the Democrat is like, of course it has to swim. Of course it has to swim. Last year at this exact same time, this was not icebergs, this was solid ice. And he could have run instead of swim. Now do you take climate change seriously? Now do you believe in global warming? And the Republican is like, I don't know what you're talking about, but this is why I bring my gun everywhere. It's just short-term, long-term thinking, practical, theoretical.
He has no empathy for the regular people. And we thank God that the men and women of the three-lettered agencies are going to come to our aid. The silent heroes behind the scenes that don't toot their own horns. They work in silence. And they're going to pounce and save us. They're going to save our democracy and save our nation. And the world is going to breathe a sigh of relief, and we're going to applaud them. The Attorney General, who handles the FBI, the CIA, and law enforcement, you think they're going to let this clown come in and, with all his cabinet and everything, come in and cut everything apart, and rip our country apart, tear down these institutions that maybe they need a little bit of squeaking, but there's so much integrity and goodness in our government that they really aren't. Come on, man. Him going in and doing that, all it does is makes us vulnerable to our enemies. If they were going to do anything to us, it would be as soon as he takes office, if he were to take office, but he's not going to take office. Donald Trump is not going to be our next president.
The United States today has more income and wealth inequality than has ever existed in the history of our country. You got three people on top, Mr. Musk, Mr. Bezos, and Mr. Zuckerberg, who are now worth almost $1 trillion. That is more than half of the bottom of our society.
The three billionaires who you listed, that all made the money themselves. Mr. Musk came to the country as an immigrant.
I understand that, but what I'm asking you is, when you have a handful of people like Musk, who will soon be part of the Trump administration, and others, when you have three people owning more wealth than the bottom half of American society, when these people have enormous influence over the media, when they spend huge amounts of money in both political parties to elect candidates, what Biden said last night is we're moving toward an oligarchy. I'm asking you that question. Do you think, forget how they made their money, do you think that when so few people have so much wealth and so much economic and political power, that is an oligarchic form of society?
Well, I would note that President Biden gave the Presidential Medal of Freedom to two people who I think would qualify for his oligarchs.
Oh, wow. The Bernie Sanders shtick is old. He's rich himself. He owns 3 homes. He makes a lot of money. And he does this whole billionaire thing when, if you really look, a lot of the billionaires are on the Democrat side and fund a lot of Democrat stuff and get Medal of Honors from Joe Biden. So this whole Bernie Sanders thing of the rich and stuff, yeah, there's income inequality in some parts, but get over yourself.
I'm still so angry with America that we didn't want a woman in office so bad that we had to elect a convicted felon who doesn't care about anybody except himself. When he gets in office, he's not going to help you with anything. He's not. We could have had our first president and she would have done such a marvelous job in office. These next 4 years are literally just going to be so... I don't even know the word. I don't have words. All I know is that even people who voted for him are not going to be happy with outcomes because he's not going to do the things that he promised because he's higher. So, say goodbye to your gas prices being as low as they are right now, because if he tries to do the things he's saying he wants to do, it's going to make inflation 10 times worse. We're going to buy Greenland? Okay, that'll make the taxes go up. I hear one complain about the economy, I'm going to punch somebody.
My name is Captain Jennifer Wilcox. My pronouns are she, her. I am a Caucasian female wearing a black shirt uniform with eyewear and a black hat.
If you haven't been wearing a mask, it's probably a good idea to start now because healthcare is about to get so funky.
I think the thing that really baffles me about all of this is that he's not even hot. He's not even like a little bit hot. It's not like he's a Reagan. Bad guy, bad man, did bad things, but I see how he got there because he's a little hot. Even George W. Bush, a little hot. This is one of the ugliest I've ever seen. We have never had a man with a more repugnant face hold the office of President of the United States. You are not being swept off by some Don Draper figure. What's your excuse? What are you falling for? How do you look at, and I know that we don't assign physical attributes to morality. I know that that's a bad thing to do. It's a bad thing to draw that line, but let me do it just this one time. This man is one of the ugliest men I've ever seen. How is this working?
Great news. My frontal lobe finally finished developing this morning, and I realized why it sucks so bad to be a liberal. Because I am so empathetic and compassionate towards people that don't care about me. Why do I care so much about them? Why do I care that they're utterly brainwashed by this right-wing political machine and politicians that don't care about them, but they're convinced they do? They are fear-mongered into believing they should be fearful of immigrants, women in power, books that invoke critical thinking, the trans community, when there's such a larger issue at hand. We are living in a chess game where we are the pawns, politicians are the kings, queens, knights, rooks, and billionaires are moving the chess pieces. And they will never see that. And it breaks my heart.
In order to find out after a round stage, you have to actually be capable of learning from your mistakes and recognizing the consequences of your actions. Two traits that are notably missing from literally everyone who ever votes for Donald Trump. For a historical comparison, you want to know how the majority of loyal Nazis reacted when Hitler's regime collapsed, when Hitler died? Do you think that they said to themselves, wow, maybe we made some mistakes? Wow, maybe we were the bad guys? No. They smiled, killed themselves, and said, we're gonna die, but we're gonna die loyal Germans, and we're gonna die loyal to the Fuhrer. History doesn't rhyme, but the verse and meter get really scarily close sometimes.
Buckle up. Be prepared for the liberal tears to flow. And they're gonna flow for 4 golden years. You see, Trump is gonna be inaugurated here in a few days, right? It's blowing their minds that they're stuck with this guy. So if you're not subscribed, like I said, just head on down, click the little button. You'll get the first videos when they come out, and I'm going to be having on Meme Wars, and you're going to be part of the Meme Wars community. We're going to be having these videos nonstop of liberals just losing it, and you guys are going to help share it on social media, so others can see how petty, how ridiculous, how childlike the liberal progressive party actually is. We talked about in the last video as well how they came into the Biden administration and told us that the adults were back in the room. And we've witnessed 4 years of adults that were not leading us properly, claimed still to be adults, very petty, went after their political opponents, did everything that an adult would not do. And now it is seeming like the adults are back in the room with the Trump administration. The adults, meaning they understand American values. MAGA, Make America Great Again, sounds fantastic. Whether you are a full-blown MAGA, a little bit, not even someone on board, but someone listening, just remember, it is pro-American values, and anybody should get behind that. The liberals, progressives will smear that, try to make you believe that it's all these bad words, social bad words that we're not going to say here on YouTube, to try to get you to believe that the orange man is a bad man, and he's going to make your life terrible when Donald Trump wants to make things more affordable for your family. That's the bottom line. Your freedoms to be as free as possible as Americans, to have the best economy, to have the lowest gas prices, energy costs, so that you can afford to put food back onto your table. At least all the food that you're used to having back on your table, because I know a lot of us have taken back some of those luxuries, maybe a nice steak, a Costs a lot of money. Ain't happening for a while because we can only afford some pasta, whatever it's going to be, lower cost foods. You guys get the drift. But thank you guys so much for all the support. Please thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. Share it on social media. Let's get the word out there. Continue to grow this channel because it's going to be 4 years, and I'm going to continue to show you guys the lunacy of the left. And we're also going to have some great videos of Trump and some of the great things he's doing as well. So appreciate everything you guys are doing to help support the channel. Comment below. Let me know what you thought about the video. Like always, I'll do what I can to respond to as many as I can with the time that I have. But I appreciate everything you guys have done. There is a link in the bio to all the social media accounts for Meme Wars. Make sure you're joining so you're not missing out. Shorts or Reels are going to be put over onto Instagram. Being a little bit more active on X. That account's going to be verified shortly so that we can have a bigger reach as well. And there's also a PayPal in the bio and a super thanks if you'd like to donate to the channel. Keep us growing. But just like that, guys, I appreciate all the support like always. But this video is over, and I will see you guys on the next one.